Well, I texted Milo. We'll see if he ends up coming over. I said I texted Milo too. We'll see if he ends up coming over. He's a kind of a chaotic human being.
Yeah.
I don't.
To put it lightly.
He likes to get his rest in, and he stayed up late last night.
Yeah,
so.
all y'all did. What time did you end up going to bed?
I went. It was probably just a little past 11:45.
Okay, so
12:30.
like an hour after I did.
Yeah,
Dude, I was
little
so
Irish goodbye.
I was so done last night. I was so tired. But let's bring it in. What's up, guys? Welcome back to your favorite podcast, the Dirt Drive Podcast. This week we are at Overland Expo, and we're with the F-Bomb guys again. I can't say enough about these guys, Brian and Brandon. You guys put together like an awesome campsite here, and let me give you some more love because I was telling Chris McCormack that was sitting here last night talking and hanging out. I'm like, I love camping with you guys, but I always feel like an asshole because I feel like I ruined the party because I'm like, can y'all turn your music down a little bit? I'm trying to record. But like I hate saying that, and you guys are always so accommodating, and it's so cool.
Yeah, man, we enjoy the people to check out what we do for the group, and you know it's important for you too. You know, it's not a big deal.
Yeah, I do really appreciate it, and you guys, like we were saying, the festival style camping. Yeah. Love Expo. I could not do the festival style camping. I would be here for a day, and I'd be in and out.
Just too people-y.
Very, very much people. I sat here this morning. This is my second pot of coffee that I made. Shout out to Gearhead Coffee. Thank you very much for helping me get out here. Go on their website, use code DIRTDRIVE, and get 15% off your order. Hell yeah, it's delicious. But yeah, just sat here this morning quietly. Good tossing right there, right?
Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah, I sat here quietly this morning. I read my book, made a cup of coffee. Yeah. Nice enough to bring me some pancakes. Those are fucking good.
Yeah, you can never go wrong with the shake 'em up pancakes, man.
Do you use? So when we were going across country for SEMA the first time, the only time, we stopped in. The fuck was it? It was Oklahoma. It was Gore, Oklahoma, and there was a little diner, and they just little country diner, and their pancakes were the best pancakes I've ever had.
All right.
And she said their trick is she uses coffee creamer instead of milk.
Oh. Yeah, dude, I've had pancakes made with the pumpkin spice creamer.
Oh,
and it was.
That's good.
Yeah,
I gotta try that. Good. I haven't made them at home that way. We do when my wife wants pancakes, I'll do like homemade pancakes from like flour and like whatever the hell the ingredients are. But I've never used, other than having it in Gore, Oklahoma, I've never used the coffee creamer.
Yeah,
it makes sense. It's thicker.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's like sweeter, and it's got all the flavors in there. So what's coming up next for you guys? I mean, how was your year? How was the beach trip? Sucked for you?
Yeah.
How was the beach trip? Tell us about what you guys did this year.
It didn't suck until the very end, really, because I had no idea.
Yeah.
You know, but it was fine. I mean, I guess things happen when you go. It always seems on a trip something happens to me. I guess that's the third. I didn't have to get towed home.
Yeah, that's good news.
Yeah, he
got a heavy foot in a heavy truck.
He had the little incident that made his wheels look a little different, but I actually broke down on the way home.
In the Hummer?
Yeah, like it started to get a misfire, and I was under the hood trying to figure out where the misfire was coming from. And
is that an LS truck, or is that like the...
Yeah, 6 liter. I just
6 liter, hell yeah.
Barely brushed the heater hose, and they have a quick connect fitting on the firewall for the heater core. And
hateful but not hateful.
They dry rot over time, so like they get
you want to hold your mic up a little closer?
They get extremely brittle.
Yeah.
And I barely bumped it, and it blew off, and it burnt me. Like I still got burns on my arms.
Damn.
Like see that big spot right there?
Damn.
Got a giant burn from the heater hose blowing off, but it wasn't overheating or nothing, so it was just like 210 degree coolant, which that's exciting.
Burning the shit out of you, so you just had to stop at your next auto parts store and put some more coolant in it?
Well, I towed it home from that point.
Oh, you towed it?
I was like, I ain't messing with
it.
That's
not horribly far, because both of you guys are in Virginia Beach, Chesapeake area, right? Or you're in Richmond.
I'm up close to him, like an hour away from him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where are you at?
In between Richmond and Williamsburg. It's Providence Forge.
Okay.
They got a sign for that on the highway.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah.
I've seen it. When I drive 64 going to Tides games,
Right.
I'll see that one. Not that I ever want to be on 64, but I love going to Tides games.
You know you're in a good town when it's got a sign on the highway.
Yeah.
If you're going to Norfolk Tides games, I would say reroute and go 460.
Yeah.
It's a better drive.
It's a much better drive, but it's, oh man,
A little longer.
I love Tides. We should do a F-bomb Tides game.
Right.
That'd be fun as shit.
Not a big baseball.
Not a
fan.
big baseball guy. Well, me and Brian will do one.
Yeah, I'm game for anything. Anybody making an
Yeah,
event,
no, I don't
I'll
mind.
try to show up.
So what were the big events you guys did this year? I know I could only get to one, which was Bomb the Eclipse, which was fun as shit. That was a good time.
Yeah, that was a good one.
I wouldn't say they're all big events. It's just events that we like and we create.
Yeah.
It's been accustomed to having the same ones every year. So the Expo now, especially now that we locked in next year, which was awesome.
Nice.
Yeah.
When did that happen? Like last night, you shoot a text, but you guys have a huge parking lot. Do it again next year. This is sweet.
I had a conversation with my contact at the raffle.
Okay.
So that was cool. And actually, it seemed to be, let's do this for as long as it's going on kind of conversation,
Nice.
actually.
In perpetuity.
So that's cool. So we need to have more of these people coming out here. I mean, we had a good turnout this year. It was more than last year.
Yeah. Well, and it's so cool because, like, there's the festival style camping when you're stacked on your neighbor. We had, like, a 25 by 50 yard open section in the middle just to, like, who was it? One guy was golfing.
Yeah.
Shooting his little
Yeah.
foam
hitting the
ball
foam balls
around.
for the dog.
Yeah, and the dogs were running around. It was
Yeah.
just awesome.
Yeah, and then we got some random neighbors just because they got stuck in mud, and they end up being real cool too. So
Yeah. The guys with the F-10,000.
yeah, the spaceship for the Earth.
Dude, that thing is so
massive.
wild.
Yeah,
So I saw there was because there's one in the show. I'm like, who buys this? Then I walked out. I'm like, oh, this guy does.
yeah. He was like, the truck itself is 9,000 pounds, and then the add-on
The
is
camper?
10,000 pounds. I was
Gosh.
like,
Just the
Of course
cab,
you're
just the
gonna get
cabin chassis. A
stuck.
crew cabin chassis is 9,000 pounds.
yeah, just that.
But I guess it's a dually truck. So yeah, crew cabin
Yeah.
chassis 9,000 pounds. Then you almost need a CDL to drive that thing. Put air brakes on it, and you're screwed.
Yeah. Yeah, well, unfortunately for all the people on the road, people that have a RV, you don't have to have a CDL,
Oh, I know.
even if it has
It's
air brakes and shit.
Frightening.
And what's even crazier is you got these people that have like race trucks and race cars and all that stuff. They got the big toter home.
Yeah.
And then they got this massive trailer
Which is
behind
the
them.
toter home's like an international with a
Yeah.
26-foot long sleeper and a goose ball in the back.
And they can just be a regular daily driver. They don't have to have no kind of anything to drive
Yeah.
that shit.
Yeah, the ones that scare me, like I trust that a little more because I feel like that takes. If you're gonna have a toter home with a race trailer, at least you're familiar with vehicles and how to drive. It's these full-length dual axle pushers
Right.
that have a 35-foot enclosed bumper pull trailer in the back. I'm like, your whole thing is like 80 feet long. That's longer than a semi. And you don't need a CDL. Oh, it's so wild to me.
Yeah.
But like that, I can understand you don't need a CDL for that.
Not
You
that
should-
I've seen it in person or seeing the
And I've
motorhome pulling the car.
noticed
pulling the boat
every
and
single
pulling
one
the
of
trailer.
those.
Oh, I saw that.
I've noticed
It was
every
worse.
single one of those things this weekend. They've had mud on their wheels, like they've legitimately had a bad time just in this area.
Just in the parking lot.
Yeah, because they're so heavy.
Yeah.
So, with that being said, it's like you're so heavy, it's so big. I mean, you're spending all that money to ride on the highway, like,
And to look cool.
yeah, like it is badass, but like you go down some of our fire roads here that are well-groomed fire roads, that thing's still hitting the top
Yeah.
and the sides sometimes, like,
Yeah, that's my problem with the even like the I think the Nobo trailers are one of the smaller but like one of the best mid-sized ones.
Yeah.
Even those are so big. Like I'm in a two-door, so I think anything's big.
Right.
But like to be in a full size like LX or GX, pulling a 16-foot long trailer, I feel like you're not going to places that, I mean, you guys go
Yeah.
to some cool places, but
You
you're not
gotta
going to
know where
places
you're
that you're really getting off the
Yeah.
grid and like
Yeah,
exploring.
you definitely got to know where you're going. You can't just pop out and be like, oh, let's do some research and find some cool shit. Like, you gotta just
And
do
then-
that with
and
your
then-
vehicle.
Then you could drop the trailer and set like up a home base and do some exploring in the
Yeah.
area,
Yeah.
which I think is, I don't know. I think that's probably the whole intent of the trailer is to
Yeah.
drop it and do some exploring in the area. But I don't know. I'm always smaller is better.
Yeah, and it's a lot more comfortable too because you got less worry when.
That's
when
kind of how
you
your
don't have
Hummer
all
is. Your
that
Hummer is
volume.
very compact for
yeah.
being a H2. You pack it very well, and same thing with your Lexuses. They're packed very well. I know you ditched the trailer because it's sitting right here behind the 80 series.
I'm actually trying to get another one here very soon.
Are you?
Intech Flyer.
Intech
Yeah,
Flyer.
You know those ones over there where the bed folds out the side of it.
Okay.
And
looks
it's like a mini toy hauler.
yeah.
Okay. So you
Yeah.
drive a like a dirt bike or ATV up in the back of it, and then
Yeah.
the
And they got AC on top of them if you need that in your life. They got refrigerator on them, all that stuff.
hell yeah.
Yeah, cool little things.
More so for the wife.
Yeah. Yeah, that's. She's mad at me right now because I got to pick up the Gazelle at noon. But she's like, "You need to come home." I'm like, "No, you're really gonna. I promise you're really gonna like this.
Right.
It's a very nice tent. It keeps us cool. It keeps us." She's like, "Your tent's fine." I'm like, "It's 8 years old, dude. It rained on me twice."
And it didn't rain.
Yeah.
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 that is a drastic change in moisture overnight.
Yeah.
Like, the ground goes.
It wasn't
to
nearly
being
as humid this
soaking
morning.
wet. Yeah.
Which was nice, and it's gonna dry out. Everyone's leaving their tents up and everything to
Yeah,
to
especially
let
for
them
pack
dry
up.
out. Yeah.
That'd be nice. Yeah, I've got my wife's. She's on me this morning as well.
They do that.
So it's like fun.
You're sitting over here, your girlfriend's here having a good time.
Yeah, she's having a good time.
I
You
received a.
motherfucker. Wait till she's your wife, and then she won't be.
Well, I mean, she's one of the coolest chicks that I've ever been around, and she's got her head right, and she
Yeah.
enjoys the same stuff I enjoy. So
Yeah.
that makes it like oil and vinegar. We're different, but we're in the same jug. You know.
Still makes Italian dressing.
Yeah, she loves it. I love going to tree events with her because she does a lot of tree industry stuff. She owns her own business doing that.
Like
But,
arborist tree
yep.
stuff? Okay.
Yeah, and it's cool how overlanding and stuff coincides with a lot of the stuff she does, and then she likes camping and stuff in the wilderness. So, it was just like I'm the
A good
luckiest.
fit.
I'm the luckiest dude for real, because a lot of people have that problem where their significant other really don't give a shit about their hobbies or
Yeah.
whatever. But it's pretty cool.
So what are you in hot water for?
One of our other vehicles.
Sorry, this is being recorded. You can plead the fifth.
No, it's fine. I honestly, it is what it is. I can't control what occurred, but
Yeah.
vehicle battery is dead, I think, and I was trying to explain to her that, it happens, and I don't know. I was not even arguing or anything. I said something, and she hung up with me.
Oof.
And then I got a text.
You know I pay the phone bill. I'll turn your phone off.
then I got a text.
Never say that. That doesn't end
was-
well.
Unwanting. I think she's just frustrated. So I leave it at that. I
Yeah.
was like,
Yeah.
I don't deserve this text. I didn't do anything. But I'm here. I'm not at home with the situation.
Yeah.
So-
I did hear you say yesterday or whenever that happened, Friday night or something, that she was probably hungry.
Oh yeah, she did that Friday too. So my wife was supposed to come. She's little by little coming out and doing more. And I know she knows I love it, and she tries. So
Yeah.
she is supporting, and I'm grateful for that. But it's not her cup of tea.
Yeah. Yeah, mine's the same way. She comes out twice a year. We do a fall trip and we do a spring trip, and we're usually in West Virginia, and we do the true overlanding thing of camp, drive, camp, and then go home.
Yeah.
But that's about all I can get out of her. But as long as she's coming to those two, she's stoked. We're doing one in 2 weeks. Future past, it's already happened when you guys are watching this. But she's actually pretty excited for it.
Cool.
The in-laws and everything.
Yeah, my wife, she gets excited for Cape Lookout. She
Yeah.
loves it. She's on that one every single year.
Yeah, I'd like
So-
to make that one eventually.
It's
Yeah,
worth it.
It's a time. It is a good time, and
he wasn't even going initially.
yeah,
And he loves it
I
now
spent
too.
a lot of time on the beach as a youngster,
Mm-hmm.
and so I kind of burned myself out on it. Like every day after school, while I was in high school,
God damn,
I
that
was
keeps that hot.
going out to Virginia Beach surfing with my buddies and stuff, like every single day almost. And as soon as I matured enough to really start giving a crap about chasing women and all that stuff, like
Yeah.
all that subsided, and I was just like, I'm really sick of the beach. But going out to Cape Lookout, you know, like it's the only place on the East Coast that you can camp on the beach.
Yeah.
And not have to have a light on, not have to have a fishing pole in the water, that kind of deal. And you're secluded from everybody too, you know, like you got to ride a ferry over to it and all that stuff. So it just those experiences is cool. You know, you're on this teeny tiny ferry. It's not like a big ferry like Jamestown or anything like that. But sitting on the beach, throwing a kite up in the air, throwing a fishing pole in the water, whatever, and
you know, food,
fire.
Friends, family.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know,
having a fire on the beach at night. The sunset's beautiful. The sunrise is always beautiful. It's crazy. It's a good.
You
time
have the
out there.
waves crashing, putting you to sleep. I mean, it's
Yeah, and they right down the way from where we camped this year, you could actually see the lighthouse down there.
Oh, that's cool.
And the lighthouse is cool. That little area, it's all wooded area, and they got all these little towns that's like a abandoned town and stuff that you can check out.
Yeah, it's very, very high on my list of F-bomb events to make. Is that?
well, we'll do it next year, so
Yeah.
hopefully we can get you out there.
I'm all about it. I'd love to. And I'm actually going to be adding an F-bomb event with Jed from Backwards of Appalachia. Devil's Due Distillery is having me co-host their. I changed the name of it. So last year it was like the Jeep Day at Devil's Due, and I'm like, Jeeps are lame, change the name. So it's the.
It's a good slogan.
Yeah, Jeeps are lame, change the name. So we're doing the Devil's Due 4-wheel drive and off-road takeover.
Yeah,
And that's going to be in June. I'll have to send when I finalize everything with their event manager.
When in June, do you know?
I don't know. We'll talk about it off air so we can.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just saying, because we're planning a Montana trip in June.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll go to Montana and then I'll go to this event.
We'll talk.
Yeah. But yeah, so BOA is going to be involved, and we'll see what happens with that. But see if you get you guys involved. They're just making an event on the Facebook page and
Yeah.
Yeah,
and have people show
and
up.
Anybody that's available will show up. You know,
Yeah.
like-
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. If you see whiskey's involved, it seems like these guys will show up.
yeah.
And it's not far. It's right off 81. It's right off 81. It's in Charlestown, West Virginia.
Oh, I've been
okay.
there.
So races and slots.
Right.
Yeah.
Go get some gambling in.
No.
Not doing none of the gambling. You guys have gambling down your way now, don't you?
Yeah.
Sort of.
Some casinos have opened?
Yeah, they got a
Little
couple
ones.
casinos, but
I was so surprised when Virginia did that. I'm like, no fucking way.
yeah.
They're doing
and then,
casinos now.
And then what's odd is they had all those machines inside gas stations.
They got
and
taken out.
bars and all.
No,
Yeah,
we still have them.
They still got them, but they're not active.
Yeah, I was gonna say ours got
No,
all.
they're playing them. They're playing them where I live.
Are they? Well,
This is recorded, so I wouldn't say
yeah,
where.
it must.
I'm not, but they do.
It must be.
Like in gas stations, it's
Yeah,
crazy.
oh, yeah,
it
the
must
one-
be some grandfathered in thing then because
The ones on our gas stations all got shut down.
Yeah, they're
and there was
all-
so I would go.
closed up.
It's a
Taped
bad
up.
habit of mine. But in the morning, when I do my remote work, I go to the gym, which is in Winchester. It's about a 25-minute drive to the gym. Then on my way home, I pass a gas station Dunkin' Donuts combo. So I always, my fat ass would go get a coffee and a donut after the gym every morning while I worked from home. Yeah, it's great for me, right?
Yeah.
I haven't told my wife. Luckily, she doesn't listen.
I exercise every day to get a coffee and a donut.
Yeah. But there was always it's small town. It's Boyce, Virginia, is where the Dunkin' Donuts is, and there's always the old guys that are in there. Like every morning they do their coffee and just chat with all their old guy buddies, driving like their old square bodies or whatever, and they would always play the casino,
Right.
play those machines, and then they got turned off and they were disgruntled, but they're still there. So tell me about Montana. Tell me what you can about Montana.
Yeah, we are. We were sitting around a fire at a camp, and we had decided that hey, like every other year, for people to plan after the Ozark trip to go and do something. So one of the members is like, well, I had this thought of going to Montana. I was like, that's perfect. And got a kind of a small itinerary that's not set in stone, but the goal is to trek out there. It'd probably be 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Hit
I'm surprised they haven't gotten that guy yet, man. They were
looking for him.
the Expo guys were looking for him hard.
But go to Mount Rushmore.
Yeah.
Then from Mount Rushmore, we're going to go into Yellowstone. and then from Yellowstone go up to Glacier National Forest. Maybe some stops on the way for, the overlanding people is if there was availability at Claycroft opened a huge ranch.
You got a bee trying to get in your drink.
For overlanding.
You don't want to get that.
So XO Overland, I don't know if you've seen his shows.
Like Bobby.
Huge ranch. So I'd like to do that, but it's going to be fun. I mean, probably travel 5 to 6 hours every day to cover some
take
ground.
A day or two to get up there. I guess Montana, you probably need 2 days at least to get there.
3
days.
36 hours. So but you don't want to rush. You don't want to see stuff.
So it'll be 3 days driving, a week there, and 3 days driving home. That's the responsible way to do it.
Yeah.
It's not what we did, but it's the responsible way to do it.
And I was talking to a Venture Unknown lady yesterday after the Circle Grows thing.
Yeah.
And she was like, there's no possible way to really spend a little bit of time in Montana, because every turn you go around, you're like, oh, we got to get out and take a picture of this. And, oh, you want to see that? And then, like, this fella in the big earth mover, he was like, there'll be a beautiful scenery, and then you come around the turn, and there's another beautiful scenery with animals in it. So you got to take pictures of the same scenery, but it's got animals in there. And he's just like, it's turn after turn. You're like, hour trip is now 3 hours because getting in and out of the vehicle and just documenting your trip and all that stuff.
That's how this guy's fucking annoying, man. That's how Moab was, though. It was like the night we'd only camped one night, so we did like one overnight of overlanding. We did probably 30 miles during the day with some rock trails. Camped in the spot. We camped in a beautiful spot and then left. But like,
gave him coordinates to a spot I've never been to, but I have.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't know you've never been there.
No, I haven't.
I would highly suggest it.
One of someone I follow on YouTube. I'm actually a Patreon member too, so I get all the tracks and stuff. So I see them, but just not with my own eyes.
Yeah, it was wonderful. But I get the wanting to explore. So the night we camped is, we woke up and we watched the sunrise over the mountains. Just 6 or 7 dudes watching the sunrise together. It was pretty gay.
I was gonna say, you probably were all holding hands, huh?
Yeah.
No, so I actually, this is where the story comes in. Is I hiked down like 100 yards and sat in a small ravine, a dry ravine. But sun came up, and then I got entranced, and I just kept like how you just want to keep driving. I just kept walking. No idea where the hell I was going. I just kept walking down this ravine like half a mile. And at some point I'm like, oh shit, I should turn around because I don't know where the hell I am. But that's
Did
how
the others know where you were?
I told them the general direction I was sitting in.
Okay.
I didn't tell them I was going to go for a walk because I didn't know I was going to go for a walk. But yeah, you just want to keep going. And if it was up to me, like I love the sights and the views and everything, and like the rock landing a little bit more. So you have to use 4-low at least once a day.
Right.
Yeah, I would
Did you
spend.
walk up on an old house with a old witch inside, and she took advantage of you?
Yes, I got taken advantage of by a witch.
That was the rest of the story.
No,
I didn't know where I was walking, but where I turned around from, I figured I had to find my way back.
Yeah, no, it was just you just want to keep exploring.
Yeah.
And I imagine Montana's going to be like that.
Yeah, you're
that's
walking.
That's going to be a
and
once in a lifetime trip.
It's enchanting. You keep on going, and one place I want to see big time it's called Flathead Lake, and apparently it's the clearest lake in the world. So, and then of course a lot of these photos of Glacier, I mean, it's like you see Colorado where it's flowers and mountains and the town in the background and the river flowing through it. I mean, it's
looks like
that.
a painting.
Yeah, it's epic. So I've told my wife, it's like, I've seen plenty of pictures and videos, but I want to see it with my own eyes.
Yeah, for years and years I've been wanting to go to the west side of the Rockies in Montana, because I keep finding myself, I want to maybe live out there, but I just haven't been to Montana yet.
What was the last big driving trip like this you guys did?
For me, it was the Ozarks.
The Ozarks.
Yeah.
That was two years ago.
Yeah, and that's worth it. If you got time, go out there and do the Ozark Adventure route. I'd recommend that route.
It's an Arkansas
trail
area.
Well, it's actually funny because as Charles Charles and Zach they're going through the TAT. That's a trip they're on.
Yep.
They did do a sidetrack to. He wanted to show Charles the Ozarks. Well, they went through it. And every bit of water, it was dry.
Wild.
So it
just
was
because like the drought that we've had, and like on this side of the Mississippi, I guess.
until after they left and all the storms came in. So now it's full.
Yeah.
But he didn't get to see the beauty that we did. They took a picture, and I was like, that looks familiar.
Yeah.
They were sitting in a dry riverbed that they crossed, where we did a water crossing that was probably almost 3 feet.
Damn.
Or maybe maybe 2.5. And it was wide.
What's 6 inches between
Yeah,
friends?
there's some of that river crossing where you go through there on the high water mark trail where it's touching the bottom of the vehicle pretty good.
Yeah.
Kind of sounds like you're in a boat, like it's pretty cool because you're not just dipping your front wheels in and then as your front wheels are leaving the water, your back wheels are touching the water. No, like you're in the water for a good while, like 25 yards sometimes, maybe longer sometimes. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, we've got one on the route that I planned in West Virginia that's like a 50-yard water crossing.
Right.
It's shallow. It's like maybe a foot at most, but it was suggested by a friend. He's like, you need to do this one. I'm like, all right. Like if it's on the route and we can make it work, and then we're going stopping in Cass and doing the Route 60, the Route 66 store and all that stuff for lunch. But yeah, the water crossings are fun. I've really come to enjoy the water cross. Like, I know it's not anything. Water crossings are never anything really technical.
It is
unless
very
you're
odd how that is. Where
it looks
look a water crossing.
It looks
all,
intimidating, but you're like,
yeah.
oh, it's just water. We see what water can do,
You get all excited about it.
but it's just a water crossing.
Yeah.
But I love one. Like I will go out of my way. A water crossing and a covered bridge. If I can find a covered bridge on a route, if it's 15 miles off our route, we're driving onto the covered bridge.
Right.
Because there's none anymore. There's not a lot. I think
Yeah.
there's one like in Edinburgh, Virginia, near Peters Mill.
Yeah,
There's a covered bridge that you can kind of wrap into that a little bit.
You know why the bridges are covered?
No.
So like back in the horse and carriage type days, they did that so while they were going over the water, the horses wouldn't freak out.
Oh.
Yeah. So like they put the walls up and stuff so the horses just walk across the bridge.
So they
no
didn't
problem.
notice the height or anything?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yep.
Just random Brian
I
information.
just learned that maybe a month or two ago.
YouTube?
I was gonna say on YouTube.
I didn't know. No, I forget. It was an actual human in real life, that told me about it, and I was like, okay. I forget. They did like the covered bridge tour or something in Virginia.
Yeah,
So,
there's only like 3 left in Virginia that you can actually drive across. Not many.
Yeah. The one that I picture in my mind every time, it's that one that's got a good arc to it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's pretty long.
Yeah. Yeah, that, and I've obviously Cape Lookout, but I've never been on a ferry. I was looking forward
You've never been on a ferry?
I've never been the driver of a vehicle on a ferry.
It's pretty fun.
But you've been on one.
Yeah, just not
Okay.
as a driver. Or not with a vehicle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you can go
Jamestown.
you can go to Jamestown to Surrey or Surrey to Jamestown. There's a passenger ferry.
Yeah.
And drive right on it.
That's pretty cool. I don't know. What else? What else, guys? What's going on?
So yeah, we got some trips and we got some.
Winterfest. is
Winterfest,
coming up.
yes. That's in
Yeah.
February?
That is the last weekend. I'm going to try to get it on the last weekend in January because
Okay.
usually it's like January 31st, but I don't want it to go into February. I want it to stay in January. But,
Yeah, I maybe we'll make that one work.
the
Because
passing
you guys
of
do
the
that one in West
trophy-
Virginia, don't you?
Well, and it's random spots.
Yeah, usually the person that is the trophy holder, they pick the location, that kind of deal.
So last night with your expanding the circle, what is that? What it's called?
Circle grows.
So the circle grows. Did you guys crown your winner for the year, or is that going to be at
No,
Winterfest?
that's at Winterfest. Everybody tallies up their stickers and see,
I already know who's winning.
see who has the most.
So you don't win because it would be you, but you don't let yourself
I
win.
don't win, and the person that holds the trophy, they can't win again
Okay.
until a year passes.
There might just be the first time in F-bomb history a 2-time champion.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You think? Well, unfortunately for you, these cats that just went across the continent they
Are getting one per state.
get a sticker per state.
Wow.
Well, that's fine.
At least it's not one per day.
I'm not worried about that.
And Charles, he might end up being ahead of some folks. I'm not sure. I haven't been paying attention. I've only been on 10 trips this year. I can't believe that. Like the year prior was like 20 something, I think.
Yeah. It's usually 20, 21, 22.
Damn. So you're doing like 2 a month.
Yeah. Yeah, at least.
But is that also
that's
like
actual events? That doesn't count.
Like the brewery meetups and all that stuff?
Or the dinners.
So it's actually
like actually setting up tents and hanging out.
Yeah, the recons, just to find all the stuff, because it doesn't just pop up on a map and like, oh, there's a camp with a nice river and fire pit or anything. You got to go find it. And the cool thing we do with that too is, if, say you got 20 stickers and Brandon has 20 stickers, but we
get to fist fight and see who wins.
You've been on recons and he hasn't. You can trade in 3 recon stickers for a F-bomb sticker if you absolutely want to win, like make it a little competitive. But I have said, I don't know who's heard it, but you want to hold on to those recon stickers. The very first gift for me for Winterfest was to a good buddy Chase, and I hooked him up with
sounds like nepotism.
I hooked him up with one of those hydraulic lift jacks.
Oh, nice.
And I was trying to set the bar for a good thing, but every 5 years I'm going to make it to where whoever has the most
recon
stickers is like, you're going to be like, oh, damn, I'm glad I held on to it.
Well, that's the coolest thing about you guys that I preached to everyone. I was even talking like Jason Speck last night about it, is like you guys are such a cool group because you're like an off-road group that doesn't have, you got a president, but you don't have dues, you don't have fees.
Ain't no president.
There's no president. I just named him.
Okay.
He just does that crap.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm like,
it was convincing.
We're all, like even these brand new folks that are just joining F-Bomb, Venture Unknown and all that stuff that, they have just as much sway as anybody or whatever. If you feel like you want to have an event, make a t-shirt or have a dinner close to your area or something or whatever, just to get to know people, it's just a social platform for people to meet people and take people out to the wilderness and hang out and have a good time.
Yeah, it's the best way to do it because I don't know. I feel like the dues paying Jeep clubs. There's one I really like. And that's the Blue Mountain Jeep Alliance out of Pennsylvania. They're awesome, but they also wheel with. If you've got a Toyota and you want to go wheel with them, they're not going to tell you no.
Right.
That they are one of the only clubs that if they were closer, I would be a dues paying member. But like, I just don't get it, man. I don't, like, what do the dues go to? Why do you need a secretary? Why do you need just put it?
Well, it could be towards event stuff. We do like him. Upfront costs of shirts if they're made or other things.
And then the government gets involved when you're an actual club and all that stuff. But like
that's the same thing we're doing with shirts. If we're just upfront, hey, if you want a shirt, shoot me a message.
Yeah, and that's what I did. I tried to do a poll to see how many people want what size shirt.
Which, that being said, if you want a shirt, Kill All Jeeps, shoot me a message.
Yeah.
Tim at DirtNerdsOffroad.com. If you guys want an F-bomb shirt, shoot Brian a message.
Yep.
And we'll see about getting those made too. Because you were talking about doing another run of them, weren't you?
Yeah, we got a ton of cool designs and stuff. And Brandon's been really wanting this specific design, so I'm going to get that one out of the way. And then we're doing all the heat transfers too. So like if you want a logo on your awning wall or something, we can do that too. And
do you guys just using a Cricut? Or you guys using like an actual print-on-demand heat transfer printer?
Ninja Transfers,
I like them a lot.
They have a real good situation going. And
have you used their stuff before?
Reliable. A couple of times.
You were pretty happy with it?
Yeah, but I haven't done anything on T-shirts. But
so you've just been getting the heat transfers and you've been transferring it yourself?
No, like I've used them a couple of times on other things, like on tents and stuff.
Okay.
Like the racing tent,
Yeah.
But the transfers that we're going to do on the shirts today, these days, I've been seeing that they're real durable and all that
that's what
stuff.
It seems like.
And what's cool about it is you can put it on anything, So like if you want to put it on that shower room or your awning wall. So like I'm going to get some big F-bomb ones made to where put it on the awning wall and represent, that kind of deal. But,
it's we have a Cricut, and that's how I made the Kill All Jeep shirt that I was wearing the other day. and that's probably how I'm gonna make the orders that we get
Right.
is on the Cricut, but the Ninja Transfer stuff makes stuff really easy.
Yeah.
And I've heard good things about
And
them. I
you
just
can-
haven't ordered
And
anything.
you can do it all one size, or you can choose a sheet and it has multiple different things on it. So like you get one shipment, but you got like 20 different images
Yeah.
on their sheet.
So if you guys want something from F-Bomb,
Yeah.
his your F-Bomb chef bomb, and you're just F-Bomb
Not so
Overlanders
much. I
on
need to
Instagram.
get back on that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
stay away from the social media. I hate it.
Yeah.
on F-Bomb, if you go on the albums, we have a little album that's for swag ideas. So like if you like an image on there that you want, you can print it out yourself or whatever, like there's no person,
No licensing fees.
yeah, there's no person dictating that, and if you got some talent and you want to put, or if you just feel like putting something on there, like an idea that you have, just put it up there. Like there's no dictation to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like I said, if you like the image, use it. Make a sticker, make a shirt, make a hat, whatever, a flag, whatever.
Like I said,
the
you guys,
more people that are representing, the better, the more fun.
you guys are one of my favorite groups just because that chill. Like I don't fucking care. Do whatever you want to do. Like we'll get together, drink a few beers, and
Yeah.
like have a good time. I love that you brought the Ram out here. I'm like you're coming no matter what. The Ram makes me so happy. We'll have to leave together so I can pull you up the hill. But
I may need it. We'll
Yeah.
see.
Nah, it'll be all right. It's good today. As long as you don't get over in that Bronco Nation area where they got it
Yeah.
all rutted up over there.
well, that and then the Gladiator that made a hole in front of him.
Yeah.
That was a mess.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I'm having car stuff like crazy go on, so
Yeah.
I'm just like over
Yeah.
it.
Yep. Got to hurry up and get home and get those bugs out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same thing. Got to get the bugs out of the Hummer so we can get this Montana trip under the way.
Yeah, and I need to as well. So, you really, if you think about it, it's January's approaching real quick. Like this year's zooming on by.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Zooming on
Yeah.
by.
This is we're trying to go to one event in Indianapolis for just the podcast and for networking in the industry.
You
But like this is
on a PRI or
yeah,
PMI, I mean?
PRI.
Or PRI.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
But
wanna
this
go
this
to
is
that.
this
Wait,
is
what day is that? What date?
November
something, isn't it?
11th, I think.
Yeah, I
Or
wanna-
no, that's my anniversary. It's December. It's in December.
It's in December.
It's like the first or
Cool,
second
that-
week in
That
December.
gives me more time. Yeah, I
Um,
definitely want to make it out to that. I've been wanting to go there for like 3 or 4 years
Okay.
now, for sure.
Well, you can convoy. We'll just
I,
jump in my Sonata, me, you, and Tom.
I pay attention to that more than I do SEMA.
Yeah.
because it's more for the working person.
Yeah,
not,
it seems like
not
if
just showing off what people have made.
it's
like
the racing industry, so it's like
Yeah.
the true
stuff.
the
you
true guys
use.
that are being using the stuff
Yeah,
to
they got
that you want to put in the muscle cars that you're building.
Yeah.
You want to do the PRI stuff, not the
Yeah.
SEMA stuff.
for real. Yeah, because the SEMA stuff's cool, seeing what people have built, all
Yeah.
that stuff. But like the other one is shit that's offered for these vehicles that you're building.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, so this is my last structured event of the year for like camping and everything. And I don't know. I think Winterfest is going to be my first one next year. We'll see.
Yeah,
Um,
my next big event that we have is my cousin's birthday, and there's a spot on the Cowpasture River that we're going to.
Nice.
And it is absolutely beautiful. It's up on a ridge, so you got a nice view of everything. And then there's a river down low that's kind of got aquamarine color to it. And then you hike down the road a little bit and go over this footbridge, and there's a whole massive field that's like surrounded by mountains. And there's
beautiful.
There's an abandoned house in the middle of it, and so it's just a badass thing. But then there's a hiking trail that goes up to the fire road that you can come down on if you want to, and then you just turn back around and come back down the trail. But the views are awesome. The campsite's awesome. There's a section of it that's closed off now. They closed like in September, but if you can get there between October and September, you can actually go down further and
Okay.
camp on the river. But the spot that we're camping at, like I said, it's up on a ridge, not crazy high, but it's about 40 to 60 feet off the water. And it's just an awesome spot, good view, you know. And
Is this going to be a sanctioned F-bomb event, or is this a family trip for you and your family?
Yeah, it's an F-bomb event. It's for anybody who wants to come, but it's also my cousin's birthday.
Yeah.
And it's Alicia's birthday.
It is Alicia's a joint birthday.
She'll be there, and then it was one more person, I think.
How big is your guys, like, I want to say competing base, like the people that like actually try and get to all the events and get the F-bomb? The F-bomb prize at the end of the year.
There's probably a very loose 30.
Damn.
That actually
like try and get out there and do everything.
Come out, you know, and it's like
that's more than I thought.
I may be counting people that I'm not saying rigs. I'm saying people. You
rigs
know,
like the dog.
Yeah, like like vehicles. You know.
Yeah.
Like I'm not saying 30 rigs. I'm saying 30 people that usually come out.
Yeah.
But
that's pretty damn good.
Yeah, it is, and it changes too. Like, you know, there's people that show up in waves and then they get busy, and then there's people that step in, you know, like, and show up in another wave. And
yeah.
You might get that one new person to jump in. I'll give a shout out to Marty. He came out to Cape Lookout for the first time in his Subaru.
Subaru.
And he enjoyed hing out.
Was that the guy that
us.
Tom built the Subaru for him?
Yeah.
He left yesterday.
Yeah. And then he came here this weekend to hang out with us. So it was good. He's cool.
You guys are fun to hang out with, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's a bad situation.
Yeah.
You know, and you got cool people like Todd over here that cook a whole
dude, that was so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and get
that was
some
the first
food.
pork butt and brisket at the Expo.
At the Expo?
Yeah.
And I bet you it was better than any of those food trucks.
Dude, it was. I had some beef tongue tacos yesterday from one of the food trucks. That was good, but oh my god, dude, that was so good.
We skipped cooking our tacos just because that was, man, I was so full all day after eating all that.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't need to eat no dinner.
Well, that's the best thing about that is like, you get to sit in your own campsite. You get to sit under your own awning and enjoy some barbecue that we got handed to us, and just by a friend.
Yeah.
Yep, it is awesome.
It was good. It was very good and very awesome.
And like, you know, as cool as it is, just people parking wherever, it's like next year it'd be cool to have just like everyone
some structure.
Everyone's showcased.
Yeah.
So you can look at everybody's rig good. There's nothing's hidden because stuff's all twisted around.
Yeah.
But really turn it into a show within a show. You know.
Yeah. No, we will do that. You know, this was the second year. This year for me, I was really wanting a little bit more volume. Yeah. For the people to showcase it, which we did do this year, which was good. So, and then next year we'll just be clearer about certain things that can be done and can't be done.
Draw like a map on, and then drop it into like the event file. Like, hey, this is how we're parking.
Yeah, and I can draw. You know, take a screenshot. I mean, that's simple. So, we'll have a little bit more structure next year. We just gotta. We didn't talk about it, and the only structured thing I said this year is that everyone that came needed to come to like a meet and greet where everyone hung out to get to know each other.
Yeah.
Because the previous year it was like people were here, there,
dispersed,
just so they can see what it's about. So the two things we did, like chatting with Zach and Charles, doing that video call was cool.
Yeah, that was.
And
really
then
cool.
we stopped by for a minute. I mean,
having
Chris
everyone
McCormick and hung out for a minute.
Everyone, getting in the talk and them knowing what we're about. So it was pretty interesting. So all in all, it was good, very, very good. But now we got to make it better for next year.
Yeah. When I was telling some other guys, I've done a lot of talking on mic, but I was talking to some other guys off mic, like I don't know, just other people, and I'm like, I don't, as much as we could qualify for the showcase, the builder showcase, or the creator area, I think I will always camp with you guys. Just because like it's nice back here, it's quiet. There's not people poking through your shit. It's just like a good time with good people and good barbecue.
This ain't a cut through.
No,
yeah, so it's good.
Yeah. I mean, because I did that to the show both days. I just
straight through.
Just walk straight through. I'm like, all right, these two trucks are parked a little too close. I'm not gonna walk right through their camp.
Yeah.
But there's like 6 feet between this awning and this truck. I will walk this way.
Yeah, it's wild how many people were here this year. Like that whole hill's filled up. The whole gin pop areas filled up. You know, that's awesome.
Well, you said that your rep told you that this is the most sold it's ever been.
Yeah, camping was the most camping ever, And then as far as Friday attendance, it was the highest attendance of any of the expos since it's been going on here as far as that Friday.
For Expo East.
For Expo East, yeah. And I don't know about, yesterday, which yesterday seemed to be pretty packed too. So it may have been record breaking. I think there's been a lot of growth. So
yeah, it seems like there's been a lot of growth from the attendees. It seems like the vendors were kind of dwindling this year, but I think that's also because of the current situation in the Carolinas, and just kind of, I think that's the major factor is the current situation in the Carolinas, because there was two big open spots in the show.
Yeah,
and I'd say like AVO because they're out of Asheville.
Yeah,
the outer ring too. Like on the
was kind of dwindling.
Yeah, there was probably double the people on that outer track last year. Like there wasn't that many people.
It was cool that. Did you guys do the Ineos Grenadier ride and drive?
No.
Yeah, we were going to. I'm like, I've driven enough solid axle vehicles. I probably know what this drive's like.
Yeah.
And we just popped a door open and sat in one. I'm like, that's pretty cool. But we didn't do the ride and drive, and we did. It's the same Honda ride and drive from the last 2 years too.
Right.
So, yeah, the show was good. We mostly show up for the networking and like the good times.
Sure.
It's like there's so many cool people here to talk to, just between the vendors and the people in the showcase. Because I've got a buddy in the showcase, the one with the yellow Jeep and the yellow trailer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Rob.
Yeah, that was cool.
He's a good buddy of ours. Love him to death, and we hung out with him for a while. But it was also cool seeing Tim Johnson, the Alaska Truck Life. Seeing him on Friday.
That's the one with the wooden cabin truck in there.
Yeah,
that was cool. He's one of my favorite YouTubers. It's just honest, good content, and it was cool actually seeing him out here.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, it is cool. You kind of get a little starstruck. People just filming their life. You know, that's all they're doing is just filming their life. And you're like.
A lot of the guys I follow, I got to see here, which was cool. I watch them.
Yeah.
Weekly or whatever, and running into them or even not even know them, like, oh wow, hey man, you're Chris's buddy.
Yeah. Cool guys.
So,
well, what else we got? Anything? You have dates for Winterfest? Are you still working that out? What's the date for your next event where we can send people to?
That
for sure is the birthday.
Yeah, the birthday. That is I want to say it's
the weekend of November 1st.
November 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, or something. Whatever those dates fall on the weekend.
This may come out after that.
It's the weekend.
I don't know where this falls in the
I know
the
it's
future
the
past.
Weekend before the 6th of November, because the 6th is on a Wednesday.
So I think in the world of future past, I'll ask you, how was your event? Did you guys have a great time at the birthday party camping?
The next event we have is the rooftop tent rally.
Okay,
yeah, that's right.
So people can go to that.
That's a cool one.
That is a cool one, but it's November 1st for 3rd for the
birthday.
The birthday
Ray
flock
Ray.
To the Blue Ridge.
Yeah. Ray's birthday bash.
Ray.
And
yeah,
Alicia.
so
Ray,
cool
Ray.
little thing. Shout out to sweet baby Ray. That's my cousin, and us growing up, we used to hang out together a lot and all. We see each other seldom these days, but his name isn't Ray or anything like that. I just started calling him Sweet Baby Ray because he was always putting that sauce on everything. And I just started calling him that, and then everybody started calling him that. Then it kind of germinated into Ray. And then, like, he got this big tattoo on his chest of a cardinal. Now everybody calls him Ray Bird. And then it just
evolved.
Yeah, and now people at the shipyard know him as Ray. They don't even know his name is Ronnie.
Hey, Ray.
Yeah, so it's pretty funny. But it's his birthday, and he's excited about F-Bomb again because he got a new rig. He got a Dodge Ram that's
nice.
Kind of already outfitted a little bit, and he's just excited. So I'm excited to see him back out in the woods and stuff.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah, my cousin has a daughter, and she loves coming camping, and we were camping out for a Thanksgiving event, and he put her on the camera phone, and she said, she saw me in the background, she said, "Wait a minute, you're camping without me?" Like this little 3-year-old or 4-year-old saying that shit. It was just like, God damn, she said that shit. But yeah, so if anybody's got some free time to come out for that, that's the camp spot is cool. when you get in a group chat, that's when we'll get the location out to
Yeah.
people, and we only do it that way just so like people aren't just showing up there.
Yeah.
You know, it's like
We have to know you're coming.
yeah, we spend a lot of time looking for these campsites, and it's like
It's not easy finding a
Yeah.
good campsite.
it's like you come out and hang out with us and stuff. We don't have no problem giving campsites away, but we're not just doing all that work to just hand somebody a campsite.
Yeah, and we have
anymore.
some gems.
Yeah.
Some gems.
And that
Yeah,
that
the
sounds a little-
original Bomb the Eclipse one, before it got moved because I think it was raining or storming or
Yeah, the
something.
one
Oh, that
West-
one, yeah.
Yeah,
West Virginia.
that
was
is-
snow on the ground.
it was snowing. That's right. That is
And
ve-
Winterfest too. Remember, Winterfest was gonna be in West
Yeah.
Virginia. Well,
that,
no,
that was very
there.
on the border.
that's very
Yeah.
high on my list to go to that campsite because that looks like a
Yeah.
good one.
And it is a rowdy area. That is actually F-bomb home, West Virginia. So there's a place on the Piney River in Virginia that is F-bomb home, Virginia.
Oh, and Arkansas.
Yep, we got them everywhere we frequent. You know, so
Yeah.
like
A place that we go, every state we go to, we will agree. I guess we
Yeah.
can say after the fact, hey,
What was your favorite?
What was your favorite
yeah.
spot?
And sometimes it gets changed, but sometimes it sticks around. You know, like Piney River's not too crazy and special compared to some of the places in
Yeah.
Virginia, but it's a good central location.
Yeah.
So, you know, we can meet up there and head off, you know, wherever, especially for a recon or something.
Well, cool guys. We got to get camp packed up and kind
Yeah.
of get moving.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I better get home. I feel like I'm in the doghouse.
But, I am too. But where can people find you guys on social media, or how can people reach out to
Yeah,
you?
we got F-bomb Overlanders. That's F-Overlanders.
F-bomb dot.
F-bomb Overlanders
Yeah.
on Facebook. But
It's a good group. There's a lot of cool things that you need. I'll get your bug spray after
Yeah.
we're done.
we utilize that more or less because you can put events on there. You got
Yeah.
albums on there, all kinds of stuff that you really can't do on Instagram. But
Yeah, and if you're on the fence, go look because we have all of those albums. We have events.
Yeah.
You can see what events are coming up. Just pictures of past events.
Yeah.
They're albums of every single one. Like this past Cape Lookout trip, there's going to be an Expo one, and you can
yeah.
look at the memories that we've created of years past. So
Yeah. And
it's pretty
it is by no means exclusive.
Not at
Anyone,
all.
everyone. If you drive a Subaru, a fucking
Yeah. If you want to bring a
Toyota
a Nissan
Camry.
Murano,
yeah, whatever. As long as you can get
Honda
it out there and
Civic.
get it back. Yeah.
yeah.
Have you had a Honda Civic out there before?
We have had a Honda. What is that? thing? A
CRV.
CRVs are cool.
Yeah,
one of the
and
guys,
then
one of the guys I watch, White Dog Overland, he's got a new CRV.
I'm waiting for a fucking Ford Ranger.
Fucking Ford Ranger. That's probably in last night's episode because apparently y'all are high on that all night.
Yeah, Bobby was getting ham on the Ford Ranger. That
Oh
was
yeah.
fun.
Well, I appreciate you guys.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you. Thank you for letting me ruin your campsite by not having music and
No.
and
I think
having
it's cool you have a
strangers.
good spot too. You were busy making content. Like
Yeah.
you were in it.
Yeah, and there was one guy that I missed, so I got to get on him because he never texted me back. But we were stoked. I know people are very busy,
Sure.
but it was a fun one, dude. I love this event with you guys. It's always a good time.
Yep.
Where can people find you? Social
On
social
F-bomb,
media.
yeah, I don't do too much of the social media, so I mean, I got to get back into it. So we'll leave it be now because there's nothing that's great.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be great though. You're doing this. You don't need other people to see what
Yeah,
you're doing.
I help. I try to help. I really
You know what we can do?
I put a lot of time into our group.
Yeah.
I like being a part of it and helping.
Tell people where to find Finding Jay because he's got a growing social media.
Yes, so Finding Jay on YouTube. You can go to YouTube and Finding Jay.
A relatively new YouTuber that we met. He's a pretty cool guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, stumbled across him, which was a whole unique story in itself, honestly. But Finding Jay's cool. Go check him out. He needs, just go like and subscribe, even if you don't.
Yep. And while you're at it, go to our YouTube, like, subscribe, and
Yep.
share. Share us with all your friends. If you want a T-shirt, Kill All Jeeps T-shirts. I don't know when this comes out, but we'll still get you one. Shoot me an email, tim@dirtnerdsoffroad.com. This will be the last episode I mention it. After this episode comes out, it'll be until the next one drops that you can send me one. After that, you cannot get one. So, tim@dirtnerdsoffroad.com. Send me your shirt size and your address, and I'll send you a link to pay for it, and we'll get it shipped out to you.
Sweet.
Great event, guys. I appreciate it. I love it every year.
Yes, sir. It'd be good.
We
got
to get together a little bit.
Yes,
More.
we absolutely do. and we will. And
we will.
You're the guys that actually meet out on. I tell everyone I meet them on the trails. I've met you guys on the trails, so it's worth it. Yeah, I appreciate it. I'm gonna sign off because I'm rambling now.
All right.
We'll see you guys next week.
Yeah, good.
See ya.